Hello, guys. I'm gonna do about an hour and a half today. Let's check this lighting out. It's not too bad. You can see me. All right, Mr. White, how you doing, mate? You all good? Hope you're well, lad. Hope you're well. Thank you for supporting my work. You're a great guy. Right. So I'm mainly here today to thank you all. I know it's not that much. Don't want to be dramatic or anything, but yesterday, Monday, the 28th of March, I got to 4,000 subs. I was like, easy, James. Calvin, how you doing? Donny, how you doing, big man? Don wears the Baphomet chain. The only thing I don't like about him. Durrell. Hope you're well, mate. So yesterday I got to 4,000 subs and something just hit me. I was like, wow. I know it's not a lot in comparison to the genuine influencers whose numbers are manipulated, by the way. But I was like, in like a year and a half, I've got 4,000 subs, and I only set up YouTube just for the experience, just to vent, basically. One Love community channel. I didn't think I would ever get over 1,000. I didn't really have the goal of getting over 1,000. It just happened. Shout out to Zach Hubbard. You inspired me to set up a YouTube channel. So I'll give you a little plug there. If you don't know who he is, check out his channel. He's what got a lot of us into Gematria. So it hit 4,000 yesterday, and I was messaging a girl called Anna saying I'm like 3,000 or 4,000, and then boom, it happened that day. So I did the duration from when I basically set up my channel to when I got to 4,000 subs. Hey, Gabriel, thank you for joining my Patreon, and I'm happy that you're enjoying it. Thank you. Really appreciate it. 12 in the live, 2 likes, and Kobe Bryant's highest scoring game was on 122. Anyway, so I did the time span from when I set up my channel to when I got 4,000 subs, guys. And it was 1 year and 170 days ago when I set up the Illusion YouTube channel. 117. I was like, really? The Euro 2020 final was the 11th of July, 11/7. And when I get to 4,000 subs, it's a 1 year, 170 days after I set up my channel. So I became the Illusion on YouTube on October the 9th, 2020. 10-9, guys. And yesterday I had the Nuggets to beat the Hornets, and they did. And the Hornets scored 109 points. And I became the Illusion on YouTube on 10-9. And I got to 4,000 subs. And yesterday the Nuggets, one of my favorite codes of the whole year, beat the Hornets by 4 points. The day I get 4,000 subs. Just know LA and Gematria gets you 4, and that whole video was about Kobe Bryant and Michael Jordan. Somebody said, respect the grind, Adam, and congrats. I will say this to you. Thank you. It means a lot. I will say this to you. I do a lot of work without blowing my own trumpet, without you wanting to praise me. I had a moment recently. I was like, I don't know how I'm doing this. I was speaking to a girl that I've just started getting in touch with called Stacey. She lives in England. She went to my middle school, and it's crazy. So she's an English teacher, and her favorite like warm drink's a latte, which is mine. And there's a few other things that we had in common. I was like, this is just wild. So much love to her. Hopefully going to see her when I visit England in September. And like I keep telling people in my community, one of the main reasons why I want to get to Europe and England this year is to meet people. Is to meet people from my community, just sit down with them and have a drink or have a night out or something where we can just share our stories. I would just love, it's so hard, isn't it, to find one person in your community that sees the world the way we see it. It's so hard, so hard. So I would love to get to England and meet with a group of people who see the world the way I see it, and we just talk and share our stories. That is one of my biggest goals of the year. It's why I work so hard. It's why I have a coaching company, why I teach English online, why I have a Patreon, why I'm always putting content out, why I'm about to become a private tutor. I'm saving this money to go to Europe because who knows what they're going to do in the near future with travel restrictions, with vaccine passports. I may never get the opportunity again to visit Europe. So I'm going to really push to get there this year. In the 9th month, I keep talking about 9. It seems to be a magical number. So decided September. Also, it's my mum's birthday. And it's also when Anna's going to be in London, who I want to meet. Well, not meet, see again. We are living in crazy times, but crazy and beautiful. The word crazy can be utilized in multiple ways. Crazy can mean amazing. Crazy can mean like nuts. Crazy can be used in so many ways. So I think crazy is the best way to sum up the world right now, because it is amazing and wild, but it's also disturbing and a little bit insane. Like insane can also be used in a positive way. Wow, that was insane, dude. So again, words are powerful. I recently did a video, literally today, about the symbolism with Liverpool on the Instagram page, with the covering one eye and winking, which is the one-eyed symbolism, and the Masonic point that they do. You see so many players. I remember Lampard would always do this when he scored. Iniacho. There's quite a lot of them that do that Masonic point, which I would not have known anything about if I didn't study symbolism. And I was like, I just want to bring these people down at this point, because I really believe that all symbols, all letters, and all numbers have energy to them, just like each and every human being is basically walking, talking energy. And these symbols, letters, and numbers, I think they manifest our reality. I think it's why they push certain numbers so hard, why you see all these celebrities doing the same symbolism year after year, decade after decade. So I'm learning these numbers, what these words mean, what these symbols mean, so I can manifest my own reality and not be controlled and live in a virtual reality that the Masons, we call them the Jesuits, the Satanists, are basically running the show. They're running the program of this matrix that we're living in, the Truman Show. And I feel like Truman now, and I'm not playing the game. I'm not playing in their show. I'm going to create my own show. So, like I said, mainly I want to say, oh my God, 20 in the life, 13 likes, and Francis became the Pope in 2013. Like, give me a break. I will say that these rituals are just becoming so overwhelming now that it's hard for me to keep up with them all, on top of like coaching and teaching and doing all the other stuff that I do. It's every day there's something. So obviously people are curious. They come to me and say, hey, can you look into this? Can you check this out? I was like, I'll do my best, but there's only so many minutes in a day for me to do all of this. So it'd be great if all of you guys could set up a YouTube or whatever it may be, so I can support you and give you shout outs. I always give shout outs to people. Bald on Lie, I love him on Instagram. He did a post recently yesterday about why the Knicks beat the Bulls. That was all connected to Michael Jordan, just like my Nuggets code to beat the Hornets was all Michael Jordan. Then you got the Wizards playing the Bulls today, and Michael Jordan won 6 rings with the Bulls, and he's played his last season in the NBA with the Wizards. Wizards like Magic Johnson, one of the most famous NBA players. It's weird how it's all so synced. And learning like this sign is actually inverted. Like somebody asked me, what does inverted mean? It's like you're born one sexuality and you change, because these people hate God. So the Spice Girls would always do that, or that, or that. Again, when you just learn what these symbols mean. And they've just lied to us about the meaning of the symbols. This is not A-OK, okay? How's your food? A-OK. It means all good. That's not what it means. That's giving Satan energy somehow. This is not rock on. This is the devil horns, guys, that even the Pope does. What's he saying rock on for? Does he listen to rock music? That's the all-mocking tongue, which is connected to the devil. Call people cheeky little devils when they stick the tongue out at you. So it's just outrageous. The one-eyed symbolism is connected to the Illuminati. That's why there's the eyes at the top of the dollar bill, the top of the pyramid, because they oversee everything. Because this is their reality at the moment that we're living in. We'll have a beer with you, bro, in North Yorkshire. Oh, RJ, I would love that. A nice ale, maybe some fish and chips as well, brother. What's your thoughts on the coming food shortages? I believe the more we get restricted and the more things that they take away from us might be a blessing, because we might escape the beast system and we might get closer to God and figuring out who we really are. I don't think anyone's going to starve to death in the West. And in reality, with these food shortages, do we really want to be eating the food that they provide? Really? Practically everything they sell now, they didn't used to sell 10, 15 years ago, a lot of it. It's all pretty much bad for you. They've made healthy food super expensive. Obviously, the food that's really, really bad for you is the cheapest, because they want you sick. They want you living on a low frequency because you're easier to control. They want you to be stupid because you're easier to control. I said in my recent video, the more knowledge you acquire, the harder it is for people to manipulate you. And that is the best thing about what I teach. Yes, you'll win money with sports picks, this, that, and the other. But again, this monetary system that we're using is going to crash and collapse very soon, because they're pushing a one world currency, which is all going to be basically crypto and online. So I wouldn't obsess over money. I know right now people are struggling financially and it's difficult and they're worried about the future. Again, having you worried about the future keeps you on a low frequency. You should always live in the present moment. That's what I do. I don't think too far ahead. Yes, I'm thinking about traveling. It's about as far as I go when it comes to the future now. So I say work on your spirit, work on gathering as much knowledge as you can whilst we have the internet, whilst you can listen to people like me. See what's happening in Russia now. They're getting rid of the internet and basically creating their own internet where only Russians can access it, because supposedly people are going to access the internet in Russia and there's going to be cyber attacks and all that bullshit. So they always have reasons to justify their actions. But then what if that becomes a global thing? And they'll really start limiting the internet to us, guys, because now we're using the internet against them, whereas before they were using the internet against us. And 5 out of my last 7 videos have been limited on YouTube. Months prior to that, all of my videos were fine, no issues. And now they're limiting practically every one. So I know I don't do it for the money. I make peanuts anyway from YouTube. But by limiting it, you don't really make anything. So I think they're trying to unmotivate me, but they don't know that I'm doing this not just for money. So it's not going to work, YouTube. I know exactly what you're doing, and you're not going to stop this burning passion inside of me for revealing this deception. And I know I'm going to upset a few people with what I say, especially when I talk about transgenders and stuff like that. But again, these people who are running the show at the moment, they hate anything that is pure. They hate anything that God created. Okay, so that is why I'm calling out these Satanists. And I get better every day at doing it. And I know people don't like it because it shatters their illusion. Same with professional sports at the beginning. Everybody hammered me at the beginning of my journey. Said I was insane, said I was jealous, said there's no way these sports are rigged or coded. I've pretty much proven that at this point. So I'm going to go back to my journey just quickly. I'm not going to be here too long today. Then I'll read all of your comments. I love you too, Darrell. Thank you. So it was basically 2 years ago when I had my awakening, March 2020. And the first 3, maybe 4 months of it was overwhelming and difficult and challenging. But I persevered with it, because overcoming adversity is incredibly rewarding. And I lost a lot of friends. People lost a lot of respect for me. I lost myself. I think in order to find your true self, you have to lose yourself. Eminem's song, Lose Yourself, is really interesting when you break down the lyrics. He talks about a new world order in that song, by the way. As we move toward a new world order, it says that within the song. And I'll always remember, go, fuck free world, 313. And Francis became the Pope, 313. So again, I would never have connected things like that without this knowledge. So at the beginning of my awakening, I felt powerless. I felt like we were screwed. I felt like there was nothing we could do. Our time was up. The elite are going to get their new world order. That's what I felt like at the beginning. It hurt my soul that professional sports were corrupt and rigged because I'd given them so much of my energy. That hurt me really hard. That took me a while to accept. That's why I understand it's hard for other people to accept it. In regards to Hollywood and celebrities, I've never been like a fanboy of Hollywood stars or anything. But when I was younger, I had this whole fantasy of Hollywood. And you do respect these actors. They make you laugh. They impress you with their skills. And then you realize why they are where they're at, the rituals they've had to have done to get where they're at and stay there, and the symbolism that they use. So I quit my job teaching, even though I was working in a school that I loved, teaching kids that I absolutely loved and I still love. I gave that up because I felt like the education system was indoctrination that destroyed imagination. So I got out of that and I was like, okay, right, everything's falling apart for me now. My relationship, my job, my outlook on life, everything's just collapsing. And I was like, why did this happen to me? Why am I having this awakening now at 33? Life was great. I had a really wonderful life. I wasn't searching for an awakening. I wasn't trying to run away from who I am like some people. It was, oh my God, this 33 in the live, and I'm talking about my awakening at 33. I'm just so synced with these numbers, and I love it. So my world was collapsing in front of me. It sounds very dramatic, but it was. Everything that I used to see changed. My whole views on the world changed, all in like the process of a couple of months. But then I was like, okay, what can I do about this? I said, I still love teaching English. I love to teach and inspire. Right, I'm going to teach online. I'm going to contact people and see if they need a tutor. That happened. So I was making a little bit of money through doing that, but not as much as I was making through teaching. I was like, okay, I need another platform here. So I set up my actual coaching company, and it took a while to get clients. And now I have them. They're like my family, and I love it. So I'm doing things that I love. And the Patreon was only because somebody said, hey, Adam, why don't you set up a Patreon? Your knowledge is insane. People will pay for your knowledge just to share it. I was like, what's a Patreon? Like, it's an online platform. Check it out. Just set it up. It's free to set up. And then if you do well, they charge you. Yeah, they're damn right they freaking charge you. They take like 20% of my money. But whatever. I guess they've given me a platform. So I did that, and then the YouTube just organically happened. I had no skills in creating content, being an influencer, never cared about technology. And then here I am doing live streams. And if it wasn't for me quitting my job, I wouldn't be able to do these live streams. At what time is it here? 11:38. I would be teaching right now at school. So Patreon, thankfully, brings in money for me where pretty much covers what I was getting as a teacher. I don't know how long this is going to last. I'll just go on as long as I can with it, with Patreon. I didn't think I'd get this far. It's been a year and a half. I didn't think I'd get this far. But I'm still here. And I'm still trying to help people and inspire people, and I'll keep doing that. So let me read some of your comments instead of just going on about me. Okay, Liverpool doing NFTs just to show off Masonic poses. Could they make it any more obvious? Easy, Tom. Tom's my brother, who I love to bits. He's supported me the whole way. He has had a similar upbringing to me. Like, he loves his sports. He's a massive Bradford City fan. And then I told him how the Bradford fire, 56 people died. He went to university, all that. He loves to gamble and not so much decode sports, but he looks at sports from a different perspective. He looks into the statistics. So he'll decode like how many corners a team will have, how many bookings, if both teams are going to score. He does everything via percentages, and he's really, really good at it. I approach it differently with Gematria. and prime numbers and Fibonacci numbers and triangular numbers and coaches' records and rituals and all of that. So we all go about it differently. But Tom's starting to see what's going on in the world, and he sees through the illusion now. I'm desperate to meet Tom, my brother, for a drink, go out for a few drinks, have a kickabout at North Cliff, maybe a crossbar challenge. You know, we love all that stuff. Maybe a little game of cricket, the ball shine, do all of that, go bowling, whatever. I played. Well, do you play bowling? I went bowling against my brothers when we went to Cyprus for my other brother's wedding. And I won. And he was basically saying I was cheating. He said I was too good at bowling because I could spin it. Like I was cheating. I was like, how can you cheat in bowling? Like, unless you walk down the alley and just knock them down with your feet or whatever. It was raging, but it is what it is. Can you decode the death of the goalkeeper, Cercle Bruges? I can look into it if I have time. I've never even heard of that keeper, to be honest with you. Jimmy Mack said, I would love to fly to Ireland or England to share a pint with you, but in Canada, we are prisoners in our own country for not taking the jab. It's outrageous, isn't it? So these people, they can only control your reaction. They don't control the world. They control your reaction. I think by 2024, there won't be many issues with travel. I think there'll be something else going on. I think the main goal of these Satanists, honestly, is to bring in the Antichrist. And I don't know, I feel like it's close. It's close to being here. We do live in a satanic realm, a satanic reality. And what's weird about that is the majority of the people living in this reality are really good, honest, noble people. But they partake within a satanic society. And we have to bring it down. We have to stop consenting to it. We have to be aware that we're living in a satanic society. Yesterday, I went to the store. I actually treated myself. I had one beer. I bought myself one beer and a chocolate bar, which I didn't actually eat. So when you have a beer, you don't really want chocolate afterwards. And I went in there and I didn't have a mask. Everyone wearing a mask. And as soon as I went in, the woman screamed at me. This old woman screamed, howled at me for not having one. Señor, su máscara, señor, señor. I was like, what? What? Cálmate, which basically means calm down. I was like, calm down. And she's like, tú necesito comprar una máscara, señor. 10 pesos. I was like, really? I said, in Spanish, I said, there's no one here. And she was raging. Then another guy came in, God bless him. I think he was Canadian. It's funny you say that. Jimmy Mack's from Canada. He didn't have a mask on. And she screamed at him. And then he screamed back at her. And do you know what he did? He had like, I think he had milk and bread in his hands. And he threw the bread on the floor and like threw away the milk. I nearly went like that. And he just walked out. He refused. He wouldn't buy it. He wouldn't buy the mask. And the funny thing is, I did buy the mask for 10 pesos. And then I just put it on my chin. And this silly bitch did nothing. She didn't say anything. Just because I had the mask here, she was fine with that, even though I was still showing my mouth and nose off. She didn't care because she had a little bit of power. And these type of people are the people that are keeping this beast system running. That's the reality. The people who think they're doing a good thing by consenting to these, whatever you want to call them, mandates. They think they're doing good things. They're doing the opposite. They're feeding the satanic system. What I'm doing by escaping it and spreading truth and positivity is helping humanity. People will say, oh, well, you still only got 4,000 subs. I don't give a shit if I have 4 or 4,000 if I'm inspiring people. Okay? A lot of people in this world, they don't inspire anybody. Not even themselves. All right, sorry about that. I went off a little bit. RD loves fish and chips. Love it, mate. A bit of curry sauce, dandelion and burdock, salt and vinegar, baby, some cheeky scraps. Tongue out means dead sheep or Christians. It could, but it's also connected to the devil. But yeah, when a sheep dies, their tongue does that. They mock humanity And the more you learn this knowledge, the more you see through the bullshit, I almost see why they do it. It's so infuriating at days, like people dismiss, like the stuff I present now with the numbers, with symbolism, like the Will Smith ritual. People still saying, no, he was just sticking up for his wife. He was sticking up for his wife. He was being a noble husband. Will Smith's under mind control. His wife's a witch. And he won an Oscar in 2022, guys, for his portrayal as Richard Williams, the father of Serena and Venus, who are blokes. That's why their last name's Williams. It has Willie in it. It always makes me laugh thinking that. But he was like, Richard Williams was a noble man that would do anything for his family. That was part of his speech. And then the same night he wins an Oscar, he does anything for his family and sticks up for his witch wife. It's so obvious that that was staged, but there's still people that say, no, it wasn't staged. And as long as there's people, as long as the majority see the world like that and keep playing along with these bullshit rituals, they'll get away with it. It's in your face. They put the truth in plain sight and people still ignore it. So they're either under deep mind control, they're soulless, they're in denial, or it's their ego. Maybe it's a combination. All soda is full of fake poison and sugars. I'm sure it is. Coke, guys, is probably just, it's up there with cocaine from what I read about it. It's like, but spirit. It's funny when we drink alcohol, we drink spirits, and then it completely changes the way that we act. Prices are rising, petrol, food. Yes, prices are rising, but do you know what else is going to rise? Our spirit, our awareness, our understanding, our knowledge. There's going to be an uprising. The more shit, like saying that my connection's unstable. It seems to be every time I go deep and get passionate, my internet becomes unstable. Like the financial market's going to become unstable soon. Like I think pretty much everyone's mental health is unstable because of this beast system. So the more shit that they push, guys, I think the more people are going to wake up, and the more people that wake up increase the chances of a global awakening, which increases the chances of creating a new reality. Okay? These people do not have as much power as you think, especially when people wake up to how they use psychology. Get people to react a certain way. With the lights out, it's less dangerous. Here we are now, entertain us, feel stupid and contagious. Here we are now, entertain us. Yeah, great lyrics. Very true. People just want to be entertained, don't they? As long as they're comfortable in being entertained, they don't go to the next level. They don't want to get closer to God. They don't want to find consciousness. They don't want to open their third eye. They want to be comfortable being comfortable, and they want to be entertained, bread and circus. They just need a new hero every now and again to come along who genuinely mock Christ. So the whole thing with Will Smith and Chris Rock, again, I mentioned in my video about how Will Smith made his name in the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. And obviously Satan is the Prince of the Air. And then you've got Chris Rock, like Christ the Rock. You should look into that. Christ is heavily connected to the Rock. That's why you have Dwayne Johnson being called the Rock, who's at the top of Hollywood. Hollywood's in California, in Los Angeles. Los Angeles means the angels. Lucifer is an angel. And then you've got the black shaman Freemason ritual as Smith hits rock, like a blacksmith, like Will Smith is blacksmith connected to masonry. It's what they do. So in essence, this whole skit, this whole show was Will Smith, aka Satan, the Prince of the Air, the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, slapping Christ. Satan was slapping Christ in the Oscars. It's deep. It goes deep. People think it's just a humiliation ritual. It was for him to get his first Oscar in 2022, and Fresh Prince of Bel-Air gets you 222. It was, but a lot of the stuff they do, guys, is incredibly biblical. It's the main thing. It's biblical, astrological. Then there is the ritual stuff. These Masons don't just do these signs and symbols to mock us. There's meaning to them. There's deep meanings to everything they do. And it's on us to figure out what it is. It's almost like solving solving cases every day within this world. These cryptic clues that they put out. And the more you understand it, the more you see what they do. The more you become aware of it, the more you observe, the more you connect the dots. Most people don't connect dots. Like with professional sports, I've said this a few times. I'm able to decode the Premier League, the NBA, the NHL, tennis, NFL, whatever it is. And I start seeing the overlaps. I start seeing the connections with all these sports. Like I did that video recently about how Ronaldo broke the goal scoring record whilst Brady was in the crowd, the GOATs. So I was able to do that. And most people like one sport, don't they? They're consumed by football, the Premier League, or they just watch the NFL, or they just watch the NBA. They don't really connect the dots and see how all the sports are connected. They focus on the politics within their nation. They don't connect the other stuff going on in other nations and how it's all synced. Same with the mainstream headlines. I'm able to do that. My God, it's exhausting. It's tiring, but it's exhilarating. And it's glorious when you can help other people. Like March Madness ends 4-4. Like 44, and it's so funny. That's when I'm going to be starting my 5th job. I'm going to be a private tutor for a Canadian family on 4-4. Tom Brady's 44. It's March Madness is connected to him and Michael Jordan. It's absolutely wild, guys. And they're the GOATs. The GOAT is the Baphomet with the horns. Government literally means mind control. Yes, govern means control, and ment is mental, which is mind. So government is mind control. There should be no governments at all. It's a social construct we've accepted. There should be no governments overseeing nations. There shouldn't even be nations because we live in the universe. We're one. Nations are a joke. Realize, realize, realize. Yeah, I used that in one of my songs that I did. My people still under a spell. That's what it is at this point. There's people under spells because magic is real. And I think the magic being used on us is through letters and numbers and symbols. I think that's magic. I do. Some of those that work forces are the same that burn crosses. Yeah, and look out for celebrities that wear the crosses, the upside down cross, like Melinda Gates, like Dave Grohl. There's a lot of them that wear the upside down cross, which is mocking Jesus. So again, they hate Jesus. They hate him. So I'm pretty sure he existed, in my opinion. And I've said Christ is consciousness. Zach Hubbard confirmed what I suspected. What in regards to Gematria? Yep, good. Ericsson's just scored again, has he? No way. What's his celebration this time? A heart attack? Did he really just score again? Christian Eriksen set for special return to pitch. He almost died 9 months ago. I'm just reading what it's saying. Number 21, the Jesuit number. It's funny as well, isn't it, that he, oh my God, 21 likes. When he got that goal for Denmark, it was after he had played 3 games for Brentford. 3 games. They do everything by a code. There should be no governing body. Laugh aloud, bro, you're lost. There should be no government controlling us, mate. And if you study how we are basically legally dead, the maritime law, all of this, we've been absolutely screwed. We can't represent ourselves in a court of law because we're legally dead, because the system that we're living in. As soon as we're born and the nurse takes the kid away from the mother, it's basically legally dead. People don't know this stuff because they don't do research. There needs to be some sort of, obviously, perhaps laws. We need laws. We can't just do whatever we want, but governments controlling us, no thank you, especially when the Masons and Jesuits. Royal families, no thank you. They don't do shit. So yeah, I don't believe we need governments, mate. And I don't think I'm lost. If I'm so lost, why are you in my life, mate? The people who try and call me out and they're in my lives and watching all my videos, what are you doing? Maybe you want to rattle me, whatever you want to do, but to say that I'm lost is the most ridiculous thing I've ever heard. Because I've completely found myself. I know who I am. I have no fear of anything or anyone. I know what I want from life. I know what I don't want. I know who I am. So to say I'm lost is scandalous, mate. No, Ericsson didn't have a heart attack. He supposedly had a cardiac arrest. And then 9 months later, he scored for Denmark. He came on, didn't he, after 45 minutes. And he was born on the 45th day of the year. And he scored 2 minutes into his return. And the 47th minute, the big authority number, 47 degrees on the Freemasonic compass. It's just a joke to make the score 3-2 and there's 32 rays on the Society of Jesus' logo. But again, you've just got to sync all of this stuff up that I'm able to do, that I can help people like my brother, my patrons. I respond to everybody's comments in YouTube, trying to help them as well. So if I'm so lost, it's interesting how people are looking to me to help them find themselves. Yeah, it was the 94th award as well, and there was a recent death of a Hollywood icon who died at age 94, who was black. Slapping gets you 94, good. Meant says people influence, control the masses. Yeah, what about every other word that ends in meant? Again, entertainment is controlling your mind, isn't it? Entertainment, government, it's governing the way you see things. Certain countries soon, if you go against the government, if you say anything going against the government, you're not going to be able to fit into society. You're going to get fined. Watch, it's going to happen. Pretty much happens in China, doesn't it? You can't call out the government in China, or you get punished. It affects your credit score. That's going to be global if we allow it. So yeah, meant. Well, you got entertainment, fulfillment. I guess that's not too bad, is it? Encouragement. Again, encouragement affects your psyche, doesn't it? When you encourage somebody, it affects their mindset. Usually gives them more encouragement to achieve what they want to achieve. So yeah, meant is connected to mental, which is the psyche. And the power of the mind is incredibly powerful. And you have to figure out if you're controlling your own mind or if your mind's being controlled by other forces, like the media. That's why I don't watch TV anymore. Got rid of my TVs almost 8 months ago. Don't watch professional sports anymore. Still play them. Well, not professionally. Coach them, play them. I can still talk about them. I keep an eye on the scores for my community, and people tell me, did you see the game? Did you see the score? Can you look into this? That's basically how I do what I do. I avoid it all, and then I get a message saying, hey, can you check out the Man City game? Because this happened after this amount of minutes. I'm like, number one, good for you for spotting that. Number two, I'll look into it for you if I have time. Television programming, yes. Tell a vision or television programming, because it programs you. Change the channel, so it's channeling your energy. You get a cast because they're casting spells on you, and then they broadcast that all around the world. You got to learn what these words really mean. Spelling, words cast spells on people. They do. You watch the witches, when they cast spells, it's all, they have to say things for it to happen. Happy anniversary and congratulations on reaching 4,000. Thank you, mate. What I told a few people who are aware of this, that I got to 4,000. I know most people won't care. It is what it is. It's my little thing. But I can always say, for me personally, that I got to 4,000 subs by myself with no help, through hard work, dedication, passion, and sharing knowledge and inspiring people. If they were to shut down my account today, I know that I've achieved that. And I think I have double, maybe triple the amount of subs, because YouTube screw me all the time. They really do. I've just witnessed it firsthand, and I see it more and more now. They will allow people like me to have a platform because they know deep down that I'm not going to have a major impact on society. So, and they also want to blur the lines. They want truth out there and fiction. They need people like me. Then they have basically controlled opposition online, like Russell Brand and stuff like that. So you don't know who to believe. And my whole thing is like, whoever has a major platform is deceiving you. That's the reality to me. I keep it pretty simple with stuff like that. And I don't have a mainstream following. and I never will have one. And loads of people are saying to me now who knew me when I was younger, like Edwards or Edders, my nickname's Edders. Now I know why you didn't make it as a footballer. You were like different level. Nobody could touch you. How were you not a footballer? All the teachers thought it, all the parents thought it, all the students thought it. What, the girls, the guys, why weren't you a footballer? I was like, they said I wasn't big enough. After I scored 2 goals against Scunthorpe, I wasn't big enough, and one of the goals was a header. And now I know why I didn't make it. And I think there's semi-pros. I think there's loads of semi-professional footballers who are Freemasons, the more I think about it. Load of them. Because I'm looking into semi-pro clubs. I was speaking to my brother. I used to play at Guiseley. Type in their stadium, Nethermore. You get 177 and 201 like the Jesuit order. I played at Guiseley. So these semi-pro clubs, guys, are run by Masons as well. There was a lot of semi-pro players. I was like, they shouldn't even be playing Sunday League, let alone semi-pro, playing in front of fans and getting paid for it. But yeah, got the Masonic ties. So I'm at this point where I think even all the coaches, semi-pro, Masons. Every player, no, because I know I played at that level and I wasn't one. So I'm even seeing that now. It's not just at the highest level. These Masons they're all over the show, man. North Macedonia can progress for political reasons. Yeah, you have to incorporate politics into sports because basically professional football at the moment is an extension of politics. Gareth Southgate is more a politician than a coach. He doesn't dictate anything, Southgate. These coaches, guys, if magic's being used or it's all ritual, it's not how good these coaches are. Somebody the other day were arguing in a Twitter group, Steve Nash can't coach. Look at the players he has. He can't coach. And why is he keeping Kyrie in when Kyrie can't shoot today? He don't have a choice. He don't dictate who goes in and out. It's not him. Just like Klopp's not an amazing manager or Fergie wasn't an amazing manager. Fergie didn't even coach. He got other people to coach on the field for him, like McLaren, like Carlos Queiroz, whatever his name was, from Portugal. He didn't even coach, Fergie, but he's the greatest coach of all time because he won trophies, which were given to him. Lady Hawk's doing great. Life is beautiful. Amazing. Again, the more you say that out loud, the more it becomes beautiful, the more you manifest it. If life always sucks and it's depressing, you live a depressing, sad, lonely existence. Okay? And try and take the word might out of your vocabulary. Say you will do something. Oh, I might come to the party. Oh, I might meet you for dinner. 90% of the time when you say might, you don't do it. Say, yeah, I'll meet you. Confirm. Manifest it. I am going to Europe in September and ain't nobody stopping me. I'm going to find a way to get there. And I truly believe that in my soul. I'll find a way to get there. I don't care if I have to steal somebody's plane. Michael Jordan's plane. I'm getting to England. I'm going to meet people. And if they even attempt to do a lockdown again, I'm going to run the streets saying, come on, come and get me, baby. There's no way I'm going to consent to anything like that. Lady Hawk said, congratulations, Adam. What does congratulations add up to and what are the root words? Okay, good question. I don't know. Congratulations. Congratulations. I don't see anything. Oh, no, wait a second. Oh, wow. Oh, my God. Congratulations is 216. Like 6 times 6 times 6 is 216. Congratulations is 63. And 2016 is the 63rd try. And Kobe Bryant retired in 2016. And my first video was about him, his death. Congratulations, 216 and 63. 2016, the 63rd triangular number. Your boy JFK died in 63. Sure he did. Sure he freaking did. 2 years already. Wow, time flies. Remember subscribing in the very beginning and due to the common vision on many things that happen in the world. Congrats and great job. Tatiana, much love to you. Tatiana's a great girl. We communicate, or we used to, on Instagram. She's very open-minded and very intelligent. Yeah, you were there at the very beginning. So thank you, and I appreciate that you're in the live right now. There's a Masonic lodge outside nearly every soccer club. Yeah, again, not many people know that. I didn't know that until I looked into it and saw that there's one outside Anfield and Goodison Park and Villa Park and multiple other stadiums. Because football was founded by the Freemasons, the Football Association. It's all there, guys. It's all there. Like Adam Lallana's dad is a massive Mason. And then Adam Lallana came through at Southampton and then went to Liverpool. Seems to happen a lot, that, doesn't it? Southampton to Liverpool. 2 Masonic clubs. Wear the red. Okay. Our past is a teacher and not a definer. Amazing. You got to learn and grow from the past. It's part of your journey. It's part of your growth. People need to also like embrace failure at times and learn from it and make sure it doesn't happen again. You learn more from failing than succeeding, don't you? Without getting cheesy, I don't want to do any quotes or anything, but you do. You appreciate things more when you fail or when you don't have things. When you have everything and everything's going great, it's nice, but you can get complacent and you stop appreciating things. It's like a lot of spoiled kids. When the parents are constantly bombarding them with new gifts and technology, eventually they don't even say thank you. It's like, all right, well, they don't even say thanks. Like, okay. They don't embrace it. Ngombe is in the live right now. He's on my Patreon, and this guy is an incredibly intelligent guy. Always shares his codes. His codes are always amazing. He doesn't really focus on sports, although he's good at it. This guy is why I do what I do. People like Ngombe. So he said, congratulations on 4K subs. You decoded the matrix, now decode the universe. Oh my God, that's what I'm trying to do, brother. You took the words right out of my mouth. You took the words right out of my mouth, mate. I'm done with the matrix at this point. I want to decode the universe. That's why I have lost a little bit of passion for decoding sports, because that's the matrix. I'll still do it. I'll still help people win money along the way. But I want to decode the universe, our chakras, the afterlife, why we're here, what's our sole purpose, how can we help our fellow man, get closer to God. Satan won't go anywhere near me because I'm not weak, because I don't respect him. He avoids that. He preys on weak people. That's what a lot of rapists do. They prey on weak people a lot of the time, unfortunately. Bullies prey on weak people, or who they perceive to be weak. And bosses do it. Bosses will bully their employees who they perceive to be weak. You've got to stand up for yourself in this world. Because satanic energy, guys, it takes advantage of people who are sometimes too nice and naive. When you are really naive, people might say, oh, he's so nice. But you can be so nice that you're naive and people walk all over you. And that's not a positive trait. Back in the day, maybe I was a little bit too nice. I was a bit of a yes man. I did want everybody to love me, not just like me. I wanted everyone to love me. I had a massive ego back then as well, a huge, enormous ego. And now if I don't want to do something, I'm like, no, sorry, I won't be doing that. Especially if I don't see the purpose of it or I'm genuinely helping people. I'll say, no, I'm not doing that. What do you mean? No, I'm not. What do you mean? I'm not doing it. Go ask somebody else. They go, okay. Back in the day, I'd just say yes to be nice. Apparently, there is still 62 variants of COVID they need to release. Really? What do you mean, release? I noticed that the more people were scared of COVID, they got COVID. Because, again, it comes to the mind, the mentality. When you become fearful of something, it becomes your reality. So when you're constantly thinking about being sick, you probably become sick. I don't think about being sick. If I do get sick, I figure it out. I look after myself. I push through it. I've always done that. I've always pushed through things, even injuries, because a lot of it is the power of your mind. Space Cowboy said, congratulations. Thank you. Yeah, I am happy. I don't really give a shit about analytics and numbers and stuff, but the 4,000, something hit me. I was like, wow. Heliocentrism, I definitely want to look into that. Absolutely. Don't trust everyone. Trans-investigating either. Know the fundamentals of the skeletal structure differences and see with your own mind. Yeah, you've got to come to your own conclusions, guys. You do. What about the first woman to win Olympic gold in the recent Olympics? Her last name was Allman. Allman. First one to get Olympic gold for the US. Her last name was Allman and looks like a man. But hey, what about the Family Guy and South Park episode where basically Macho Man wins the gold medal in the women's running, whatever it was, or powerlifting? Macho Man won it. Ooh, yeah. Happy anniversary and congratulations on reaching 4K. Okay, I think I'm going back here. Let me read some more. Do you ever dream the future, Adam? I think so. I think I've had dreams in the past where what I've dreamt about became a reality. I do. Like when you fall asleep, you're entering a new reality, a new realm, I feel. I don't know if it's a better one. I don't know if it's a safer one. But I've had some really, really vivid dreams recently. I said how I had one where a voice talked to me. You are more powerful than you'll ever know. You all are. That just hit me like a ton of bricks. And it was magical, like a truly magical moment. So, yeah, I think I have had dreams that have, in essence, predicted the future, or events have happened in my head, then happened down the line. Yeah, I don't know how that all works. Yeah, in school you have spelling tests or spelling bees. What else have we got here? I was on the phone this morning with my natural gas supplier, informing them that they are committing fraud because they are already being paid, and double dipping is a no-no. Good. We shouldn't ever pay for gas. We shouldn't ever pay for water. We should never pay for electricity. Should never pay taxes. I did a favor for my friend yesterday, lives in Texas. He owns 5 houses here where I live. Guy's got a bit of money, but he's a great guy. You would never know he had money. He doesn't show it off, but he's very comfortable. And he was unable to pay his taxes because he's in Texas now and there was an issue with his credit card. So I went to go pay his taxes for him. And what's hilarious is he sent me the money via PayPal, but then I got taxed. So I got taxed for paying his taxes. I actually lost money for doing him a favor, but he's a great guy. And I was thinking in my head, these taxes are an absolute disgrace. They're just going in the fat cat's pockets. We've just accepted getting taxed like 20% of our wage. And would you do that? Like if you didn't have to get taxed, would you say, there you go, just take 20%, it's fine. We've just accepted it, these social constructs. What's the money go towards? People say it's education. They want you in public education to indoctrinate you. So, okay, next. Oh, it fixes the roads. Okay, where's the potholes everywhere? Oh, it's for free healthcare. Well, majority of the world, there's no such thing as free healthcare. So taxes are a disgrace. All right, what else we got? Let me go through these. There's a lot of comments. It's hard keeping up, especially when I go off track. They do stick up the finger every chance to mock us. They do. But they're being more and more obvious now. And I don't know if I should be disturbed by that, because maybe they feel like they're going to achieve what they want. There's no stopping them at this point. But you can get complacent with that mentality. Or people like myself and you guys are getting more aware. And we're seeing things now. Like, for example, back in the day, the thing I published about Liverpool on the Instagram page, with them doing this and doing this and doing this, I wouldn't have even acknowledged it. I just thought, oh, that's pretty cool. The graphics, pretty cool there. Most people don't acknowledge this stuff. So maybe they're not becoming more obvious. Just maybe people like myself are getting better at seeing through the bullshit. I think it's probably more that. Did you look up the Allman gold medalist? That's a dude. Yeah, I told you, Allman. Allman. The first American to win gold in the recent Olympics. And it looks like a man. So give me as much shit as you want about the transgender stuff. But remember, the Baphomet has both genitalia. Learn about the Baphomet. It's got a vagina and a penis and a pair of tits. Okay? Baphomet that does that with the fingers. I can't show you both. Which means as above, so below. That's why they have one finger pointing up, one pointing down. You could say that as heaven and hell or duality, whatever you want. How you pay for anything here when everything here is made for you? I know we shouldn't have to pay for anything that's natural, put it that way. I said, give it 5 years, they're going to be charging you for the air you breathe. Okay, it's going to cost you $500 if you want to go outside for 3 hours. People will fucking pay it and play along if everyone else plays along with it. They'll charge you for the air that you breathe. You shouldn't pay for gas, natural resources. You shouldn't pay for gas and oil and any of that at all. How did Roman Abramovich supposedly make his money? Through oil? Why him? Roman, like the Roman Empire. Guys, I can't wait for my wrestling video. I found more images today, and my mate Red Pill Monkey sent me some. The wrestling video, I think, is going to be off the charts for people to wake up, because I feel like everyone is aware of wrestling, especially WWE. Taxes is a drop in the bucket compared to what they take from our trust funds. Yeah, the trust funds, guys, they basically take our trust funds. None of us should even really be working the way the system should be. I don't think we're designed to be working 8-hour days. I think we do need meaning and purpose in our life. I think the whole meaning of life is to find meaning. I think we would all find things to do and help our fellow man without having to work 9 till 5. What a shit way to make a living. But they've kept us in this trap. They've kept us in this matrix, and they've just screwed us royally. And I think that's the number one reason why I do what I do. Because I've been screwed. My parents have, my brothers and sister, my grandparents, my best friends, their parents, their best friends. I've been screwed by this beast system, whether it's the Masons, whether it's Satan, because it's his realm, whatever it is, and Satan's using these people, or whatever you want to say. We've been well and truly mocked, disrespected, ridiculed from birth. And enough's enough now. I won't let it happen. Ain't nobody going to ridicule me. Nobody. Nobody. They might try, but it's not going to work. Property tax is outrageous. I'm sick of complaining about what I allow. I'm ready to storm the castles. Yeah, property tax. You're paying tax on the property that you own, but when you look into the contracts that you sign to own the property, which you don't technically own, when you read the contracts, they can take that from you at any point. How many of you actually read the contract you sign when you buy your house? Any of you? Or do you just sign the dotted line because you get all excited? Finally got my house. Sign the dotted line. Do you actually read it? Do you think these celebrities read the contracts that they sign, where they're signing the soul away? Do you think they actually read the fucking 50-page document that they have to sign? No, they go, okay, the agent goes, sign here, sign here, sign here, sign here. It's like in disclaimers, just sign here. If I want to go, like, I don't know, kayaking, I have to sign a disclaimer. It's like a 15-page document. People don't read it. They just want to get on the kayak. They just screw us every day. Taxes, paying government protection money, yes. Yes. Literally dead center of the universe, only way is up. Yeah, I do believe. No, I don't know if the only way is up now. I think over the next 2 years, it's going to get even worse. And I think eventually there will be a massive awakening and a new world. But I do think, I've said it'll go up until 2024. I think people are a little bit relaxed now. They're calm. They think things are getting better. They're going to hit us hard soon with something. I don't know what it is. If it could be the cyber attack, which disconnects us from each other. Because the life we live is all about connection. Because we're energy, walking, talking energy. That might be the next thing, the big cyber attack. They'll pull out a new variant. Bill Gates said that the next variant is going to be way worse than the first one. He said that a while ago, and he laughed when he said it. It's probably on YouTube still. He laughed when he said it. The second one's going to be way worse, and he laughed with Melinda Gates, a.k.a. Robin Williams. Adam, check the Egypt score, 4th minute own goal, 1-0 exactly like the first leg. That 4 again, which is connected to death, the number 4 in certain countries. Right, Egypt. Oh, wow, it's Senegal, just like, what the heck? So Senegal played Egypt in the African Cup of Nations final, and they're playing today. And Senegal scored after 4 minutes, and it's now in extra time. It's funny, I'm looking at in 107 minutes is being played, which is the 23rd prime, and there's lots of 23s today that are playing or potentially playing. Are they going to have this go to penalties as well? What is this, man? Senegal's got the star in the middle of its flag. 21 shots for Senegal, 5 for Egypt. I'm pretty sure that Egypt will have the next shot, so it's 21-6. Let's check the lineups. Yeah, Mane's playing, Salah's playing. It's funny how both Mane and Salah are number 10 for the countries, and the word Satan gets you 10. Salah, they call him the king, which connects to Corona. I'm telling you, Liverpool are going to win the league, and they could win everything at this point, from what I see. Yeah, so I just looked at it, Michael, Senegal, Egypt. It's a joke. I'm sure if I did the time span from that final to this one, I'd figure it out exactly what the ritual it is that they're doing. Eriksen scored in the 57th minute. Not sure why that time. 57's big with England. And remember, Prince Philip is from Danish ancestry, born in Greece, but he's connected to the Danish royal family. And it's one of the reasons why Eriksen was a big name in England in the Premier League with Tottenham. Tottenham in London, like Buckingham Palace and the royal family. So yeah, England, 57's connected to England and connected to Gareth Southgate. And I know 2023, which I say is going to be a monumentally big year. That's 57 years after England won the World Cup in 66 when the Church of Salem was founded. I've said watch out for 2023, guys. It's why Super Bowl 56 finished 2023. I'm saying 2023 is going to be insane. And 223, guys, is the 48th prime, which has been everywhere. It's a big ritual recently with Will Smith, which was about 48. When you looked at the date durations from when the movie was released, where he was playing the role of Richard Williams, and from his recent birthday, 48's galore. And Illuminati gets you 48 in Gematria, and he's a member of it, or at least maybe he's not a member of it. Will Smith is a puppet of it. He's owned by the Illuminati. I don't think I can give Will Smith enough credit to be like he's in the Illuminati. No, he's a puppet, and he does what he's told by his masters, the puppet masters. He sold his soul, and it looks like he lives an incredible life. I bet he regrets it every single day, what he did to get to where he is, to be honest with you. And there's no way out for these people. Yeadon to win the final. Connor, you're going to have to send me who Yeadon are playing. Who are Yeadon playing? This is a funny story. I've played against Yeadon when I was at Guiseley. We played them in a cup competition. I do like Yeadon. I think it's a nice place. So both my brothers, I think, both played for Yeadon. It's not a semi-pro team. It's slightly higher than Sunday League, I think. Maybe they play on Saturdays. I'm not sure. And they made a final recently, as far as I'm aware. And they won the semi-final on penalties. And their coach is Italian. And there's people saying that the coach is a magician. So people want me to decode a regular Saturday League game. I don't know how that works. But I'll look into it. So tell me who they're playing. I know the final is going to be at Nethermore, where I used to play. And like we said, Nethermore's 177 and 201. Like the Jesuit order. Tell me who they're playing, Connor. I really don't. I've never decoded a regular game before. Let's see if I can decode it. Michael said there's 11,000. No, what is it? 11001 days since Eriksen's birth. He scored today. Are you kidding me? The ones and zeros connects to the matrix, guys. The matrix is all run by ones and zeros. And that gets you that 1111. Vaccines 57. Going back to the 57. Good, Diego. Yeah, vaccines 57. Let's have a look at what else is 57. It's a number that not a lot of people talk about because we focus so heavily on 56. The Denver Nuggets have 56 points. Conspiracy, the half yesterday. Conspiracy is 57. So is Moon. And you have the whole conspiracy if man went to the moon. Scottish Rite is 57, like Scottish Rite of Freemasonry. England, 57, like I mentioned. Mars is 57. They keep talking about going to Mars with Elon Musk. Tesla, Jews. Actor is 57. Bill Gates is 57. Walt Disney 57. United Nations 57. Rome 57. Enough is enough. 57. Enough is enough, man. Wow. United Nations 57. You can't underestimate the power of the United Nations. The United Nations are the people who want to implement the world order, guys. Unite nations, new world order, one world government. They want to unite nations. So there's no countries. All in the name of climate change. See through it, please, guys. Please. Yeah, I know they do disturbing stuff to minors. I don't want to get into that, especially on YouTube, but it's pretty obvious because that's all energy harvesting as well. And that's obviously, I don't want to get, it makes me sick talking about it, but it's energy harvesting and it's just a finger up to God by abusing these people. Harrogate, Atlanta. I've scored against Harrogate Town and Harrogate Railway. Let's have a look. Harrogate is a beautiful place. Wait, isn't your boy Gareth Southgate? He lives in Harrogate. Gareth Southgate lives in Harrogate. Oh, he did. I know he did. So, okay, Yeadon are playing Harrogate, Atlanta. Atlanta, guys, like how Pope Francis blessed the Atlanta Hawks. I think you're losing, mate. I think you're going to lose. Oh, my God, Harrogate's 48 and 51. Illuminati gets you 48 in Gematria, and the Illuminati were founded 5-1, and Harrogate gets you 48 and 51. You're losing, mate. Yeadon are going to lose. I don't know what score, but you're losing. Sorry. Oh, my God. And Harrogate Atlanta gets you 99, which is one of the biggest numbers of the year, especially with Super Bowl 56. I'll just quickly go through that. I know some of you have heard it before, but Prince Philip dies at 99 on the 99th day of the year. Don Shula died 99 days after Kobe Bryant. Betty White died at age 99 on the last day of 2021. NFL season began on 9/9, 99 days before the Pope's birthday. Super Bowl, the quarterbacks both wore number 9, like 99. Super Bowl was in California. That was founded 9/9. The last play of the Super Bowl was by Donald, who wears number 99. So Harrogate Atlanta gets you 99. I think you're losing, mate. Sorry. Who's the better team? Like, are you in the same league? Are you in the same league as them? All right. Yeah, I did see Will Smith kissing Jaden multiple times on the mouth, and not like, or kissing them on the cheek. I've seen multiple kids kiss the dad on the cheek. There's no issue with that. Maybe a peck on the lips. Will Smith snogged his kid, Jaden, multiple times. He did it on Ellen DeGeneres, who's a witch, a handler. All of the people who host these late night shows or day shows are called handlers. They're witches or wizards. So Oprah Winfrey is a witch. Ellen DeGeneres, a witch. Jerry Springer was. But he didn't really have celebrities on his show. Jimmy Fallon, Jimmy Kimmel, James Corden is a fat little wizard. He's always dancing with Ariana Grande, who's also a witch. Check out my video about the Manchester bombing with Ariana Grande, and you'll see what a ritual that was. Sorry about my microphone. People say I should have headphones and the whole shebang. Maybe I need to do that. But I don't know. You know me, I'm pretty real. I've got my leather chair finally. Maybe my next step is headphones. I don't want to look too serious, though, like I'm a genuine influencer. I don't want to make it too, like, no, what's the word? I don't know. Hollywood, maybe. Also, what do you think? Who do you think is going to win the NBA championship? Does the Brooklyn Nets have a great chance since Kyrie Irving is back playing at home? Love you, buddy. Thank you, Tom. I think Golden State Warriors win it. I think what they're doing now with Steph being out, people are like, oh, Warriors, they're dropping in the table. It don't matter, does it? It all comes to the playoffs. Steph will come back, and they'll talk about how Golden State Warriors struggled without him, and they probably get the MVP like he did in the All-Star game, like I said he would at plus 800 or 8-1. So I think Warriors, obviously they wear blue and yellow as well, like Ukraine, like the Rams. I think they're connected to Pope Francis, Papa Francisco. Golden State's in San Francisco, where the Church of Satan was founded in 66. The satanic rituals taking place every single day because they're trying to bring in the Antichrist. That's why all these rituals are happening. They generally believe it. And in the Bible, that's what happens. as far as I'm aware. Am I wrong? The Antichrist does return, and then Jesus returns. Gematria is for shills. So why are you in the live, mate? And just so you know, I want to fix your mic. How? I don't have a mic. I'm just speaking. I have my Mac, and I don't have a microphone. Do you want to buy me one? Send it to my PayPal. Buy me a microphone if you care so much about me having one. All right, let me just respond to this guy who said that Gematria is for shills. I won't rise to it. I just want to say that what I do, and if you go through all my content, I don't just focus on Gematria. I am the Gematria man, okay? I don't just focus on letters and numbers. I try and inspire people. I talk about symbolism. I talk about consciousness. I talk about all sorts of things, trying to inspire people. I break down the English language. I don't just talk about Gematria, Jewish mysticism. It is connected to Jewish mysticism. It's the Kabbalah. But I do all sorts of stuff. I look into all sorts of things. So no, if you just think Gematria is for shills, why are you in my live, mate? Think Atlanta are better, however, we will see. Okay, well, let me know. I'm sure my brother will let me know. But I think you're going to lose. Brady learned from the best. No, he learned from the beast. I've got 32 likes and he retired on the 32nd day of the year, and there's 32 teams in the NFL, all by the numbers. Adam, the Eden versus Atlanta final is on the 10th of the 5th. What? Adam, the final is on 5/10, like 51, and Harrogate gets you 51. You're losing, mate. And it could be seen as 10-5, and Jorge Mario Bergoglio, the full name of Pope Francis, is 105 in Gematria. I think you're losing, mate, and I think you might get beat badly. I don't know what score. Maybe 3-1. Maybe 3-1 to Harrogate, the 11th prime, 31. Wait, some car going by. They sell like, I don't know what they're selling. Can you hear it? Okay, the probability of words having matching gematria is highly unlikely. They know exactly what they are doing to make the numbers repeat. It makes the spell stronger the more it's repeated. Exactly. It's why all the newspapers repeat the same headlines. All the media repeat the same headlines, same numbers thrown in our face every week. 33%. Like constantly you see that number, and I have 33 likes as I'm saying that. Do you think the Kansas Jayhawks can win it all for the NCAA? I think UNC are going to win it. I know they're an underdog. I don't think Duke win it. I think people are going to get juked by Duke. They're the favourites, aren't they? I think UNC are going to win it in a Michael Jordan ritual. But I haven't really heavily been looking into the NCAA. Like last year, I killed it. I did so well with it because I was on top of it. I think with the NCAA, you've got to be on top of it from the very beginning to do well in it. Otherwise, you can get a little bit lost. You have to be on it from the beginning. If there is one next year, we'll see. I don't know. I'll look into it. But this year's the 83rd edition. 83 is the 23rd prime. Brady born 83. He's going to play his 23rd season. March Madness ends 4-4. Brady's 44. So he's synced to it for whatever reason. Who is this person? I don't know, but he's synced to everything. People are going to believe what they want. I disagree. Well, to an extent, yes. But my whole belief system now, like, it kind of just organically happened. I had my awakening. So this whole thing about people going to believe whatever they believe or they can't change their belief system, I disagree. My world's flipped upside down and it was organic. I didn't go searching for truth. I didn't go looking for a different perspective. It happened organically. So I get what you mean to an extent when you say people are going to believe what they want. But your belief systems can change and they can be heavily influenced. It's just usually it's the media influencing your belief system. And know the word belief has lie in the middle of it. Most people believe in lies. And if the majority of people believe in lies, it becomes the truth. Hitler said, if you repeat a lie enough times, it becomes the truth. He said that, Hitler. Well, that's what we're told he said. Never actually heard him say it. The words come out of his mouth. The truth found Adam as well. Nice, mate. My name's Adam. So the truth found Adam Gillis. I was once an oblivious sheep like most people. But look, you've accepted it. I was trapped in the matrix. I was oblivious and unaware to how this realm worked and who was running the show. A few times I questioned who runs the world. I did. I watched Zeitgeist when I was about 12 years old, which was very interesting. If you haven't checked out Zeitgeist, check it out. It talks about Horus and Egyptian gods and all of that stuff. And a lot of the symbolism they do is basically a ritual for Horus. If you look into Horus, the Egyptian god. The more you get excited about something, the more you attract other people, you shine. Thank you. No, it's energy. I told you, a smile spreads positive energy. I was on a train once. People started laughing. I had no idea what they were laughing at. I didn't hear the joke. I don't know what it was. And I started laughing hysterically. And the whole train started laughing. I've seen a YouTube video. I think people on the tube, it happened. Group of people started laughing. Everyone started laughing. Positive energy. If there was something going on, like a fight on the tube, there's negative energy. Everyone's apprehensive. Everyone's on low frequencies. So it is energy. And when you learn about energy and how important and how sacred it is and how you should really think about who you give your energy to and what you give your energy to, you live on a higher frequency. You don't get as upset about minor things anymore. You don't give your energy to things that are not worthy. All right, I'll do a little bit longer. All media outlets have the same rhetoric during Trump's impeachment ritual. Yeah. So you might think this illusion of choice, well, I watch this channel, I watch Fox instead of CNN, but they're all going to throw the same shit at you. They're going to indoctrinate you slightly different ways, but with the same message. Subliminal mockery. Hey, Adam Lastman. There's a lot of Adams in the chat, eh? You got me. I'm not in the chat. Adam Gillis, Adam Lastman. My autism has to, this is Mr. White, by the way. My autism has to tell people how good they look, male or female, except for shoes or their hair or their clothes. I have to tell them how nice they look. Well, that's a gift. I know autism, it has this negative connotation to it, but autistic people are very creative and very loving and honest. They have so many positive traits. Incredibly intelligent, usually really good with numbers, usually really good at creating music. But socially, they struggle. Maybe that's a blessing in this society that they struggle. I don't know. But much love to you, Mr. White. Nothing but love for you and your family. Do you think they were going to go to World War III? Do you think Russia is going to attack Poland and that will cause World War III? World War III is not going to happen. The whole thing right now is a show. It's nothing but a show. And if the majority of you believe that World War III is happening, then it will happen. It will become our reality. It's a show. Called it from day one. Like, why is it all happening now in 2022? Putin's a puppet. He's high up in the World Economic Forum, which is all about Agenda 21, Agenda 30, which is all about the New World Order. So don't pick a side here. It's so obvious what's going down. They're all on the same team. They're not going to go to war with Poland. The reason why they're cutting off the internet in Russia is because they don't want Russians going around telling people, listen, there's not actually anything happening. I'm friends with a couple of Russians and a couple of Ukrainians, and they're telling me nothing's happening. I tell people that, they get really angry. I'm like, well, read my messages. They're telling me they're out having dinner. They're walking the dog. They're going to work as normal. Sounds like a world war, guys. They're going to show you a couple of clips, which is nothing but a movie. The news is movies. Okay, the clips to show you, you're basically watching a movie, like Anchorman. They mock us with that movie, Anchorman. If you watch Anchorman with Will Ferrell, who I can't stand, who I do not find funny at all, like I don't find Adam Sandler funny. I think I'm funnier than both of those people put together. To be honest, I think they're dumbasses, idiots. Not funny at all. Sorry if you like them. It's my opinion. And Anchorman, you see, they would always basically promote bullshit, like stupid stories, and people believed it in the show. People believed it. It's a joke. So no, screw World War III. World War III is just to bring in the New World Order. That's it. And when they told us 6 million Jews died in the Holocaust, give me a fucking break. You all want to believe in Anne Frank as well? That story? What a load of nonsense when you actually look into it. The Titanic, what a load of nonsense when you actually look into it. Still have to do my video about the Titanic. What's the woman in the Titanic say? I'm sure in the movie she says something about 84 years. Yeah, it's been 84 years, Rose Dawson. 84 years, yeah? And the Jesuit order gets you 84, and Jesuit gets you 84. And this old hag, Rose Dawson in the movie, says, it's been 84 years. And then it's a meme. Like, there's a meme here. When someone asked me when I last ate a vegetable, it's been 84 years. I'm sure there'll be some pretty funny ones here. Is there any more good ones? When someone asks you how long you've been waiting for the Game of Thrones season 7, it's been 84 years. How long has it been since quarantine began? It's been 84 years. Is there any more? When you haven't seen your best friend a few days and missed them already, how long has it been? It's been 84 years. Well, like I said, the Jesuit Order 84, Jesuit 84, George Orwell's book, 1984, which basically foreshadowed what's happening now. This Orwellian world that we're living in. Big Brother watching over us, surveillance everywhere. Michael Jordan drafted in 84, LeBron James born in 84. Big year. Something with that number, 8 plus 4 gets you 12. 12 is incredibly important in the Bible. You've got the 12 disciples. Think about how the day is divided into two 12s. 12 times 12 gets you 144, like there's 1,440 minutes in a day. I'm going to speak about the number 12 a little bit here. My mate Farley, who I love to bits, who's visited me twice where I live, and he lives in New Jersey, pretty close to where Michael Jordan were born. So usually you get a 12-pack of beer, don't you? A dozen is 12. Takes Jupiter 12 years to revolve around the sun. You had Tom Brady, who wore the number 12 jersey, the most iconic athlete in the NFL. It's 12 jurors in a trial. Jacob had 12 sons. Israel, 12 tribes, 12 disciples of Jesus. 37 seems to be a monumentally big number, which is the 12th prime. So I could do a whole video about 12. Maybe I've already done it. I'm not sure. Jesus and the sons heavily connected to 93. And 9 plus 3 gets you 12. 1 plus 2 gets you 3. So it's wild, isn't it? 12 inches is 1 foot. 12 months in a calendar year. It's all, don't you love this shit? Why didn't we learn this at school? If I was back in a school, man, I'd say, all right, guys, get your paper and pen out. I'm going to teach you about the number 12. Okay, tell me something about the number 12, guys. I bet maybe they might say, there's 12 months in a year, Mr. Adam. Okay, good. Anything else? Well, when I was 12, I got an Xbox. Does that count, Mr. Adam? No, it doesn't count. Next. And then I just go, no, number 12 has this and this and this. So yesterday, I looked at the clock. And I studied the clock. I'm like, Adam, are you studying a fucking clock? What is wrong with you? And I was like, no, this is beautiful. Yes, I am fucking studying a clock. So I looked at the clock, and you've obviously got 12, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So 12's at the top of the clock, 6 is at the bottom. Like 12, 6. Like Kobe died 1, 2, 6. January the 26th. So you have the 12 and the 6. 12 plus 6 gets you 18. IHS gets you 18 and 2 ciphers, which is the Society of Jesus. So Then I looked from 11 to 1. That's like 111, which we always talk about. 9/11 occurred on a day leaving 111 days left in the year, 111. Okay, Mario Bergoglio, 111. Vaccination, 111. So you got the 12, the 6, then you got the 11 and the 1, and then you have the 10 and the 2, and we've just had the 102nd NFL season, the 102, like slavery gets you 102. 102 is a big number. Looks like I'm doing the Drogba celebration again. And then you have the 9 and 3. 9 is facing 3, which is massively connected to Jesus, with him dying and resurrecting, the 9 and the 3. And then what do you have then? Do you have the 8 and the 4? Like the Jesuit order and Jesuit, it's been 84 years. You have the 8 looking at the 4. And then the 7 and the 5, which is really big. 75 is huge in so many ways. I know Kobe's 75 in Gematria, but I was looking at the clock like that and I was like, oh my God. Never observed those things before. What if these people who are running this realm, like somebody said this isn't mine. They said that they control time. And if you control time, you control the world. I used to think money controlled the world. But if you control time, if people are controlling time and manipulating time, I think the only people that can truly do that are demonic entities where they can create time and play around with matter. I don't think human can do that. It's wild, isn't it? The price of gas is $4.19 here in Indiana. Do you think I could go up to $5 or $6 this summer? I'm sure not. Are you going to pull a 5 or 6 like 56 at me, Tom? Tom King. Kings wear crowns. Coronavirus gets you 56. I'm just joking. I think they can do whatever they want. They control the prices, don't they? So, yeah, it's just whether they do everything by a code. I don't think they'll just wake up one morning and say, okay, we're going to just fuck them and charge them this amount. Everything they do is by a code. Because if they wanted to kill us, like everyone keeps telling me, Adam, they want to kill us all, they would have already done it. If they had the capacity to do it, they would have already done it. So yeah, I think it'll go up. I think prices will go up in general. Like I know with the stuff going on in Russia, they provide a lot of people with gas. I know Ukraine provides a lot of nations with wheat. So there'll be food shortages. It's all by design. Just like the collapse of the Soviet Union was all by design. When you break that down and you look into it. I love you too, Mr. White. Only time they speak truth, what their plans are in movies and The Simpsons, pretty much, and books. They speak a lot of truth in books, but they sprinkle fiction in there as well. They just want to leave you confused and bedazzled, like in a trance. A lot of people are in a trance at the moment. The mind control, that's the thing where they're just like that. Like they don't know what to believe and they're overwhelmed, like a computer gets overloaded and it eventually blows up, doesn't it? A computer when it gets overloaded or overheats. Any technology. And we're very similar to computers. Just we have emotions and spirits and computers don't. We get burnt out like computers can. We sleep like computers can sleep. We have the ability to store memories. We get programmed. People work at higher levels depending on the level of the system that they're operating under. And so we are very similar to computers, but we have emotions and computers don't, which is the biggest difference. Mandela effect, yep. Still need to do my video about that. It's just it's hard to do a video about a specific topic when every day there's a ritual going on. At some point, I just have to take a break. Oh my God. So Senegal and Egypt has gone to penalties again. So who's going to be the hero this time? Mendy again? Or Egypt going to get their revenge? That whole duality thing. Who's going to win it, guys? Senegal are winning 2-1 on penalties. They have to throw in that 2-1. Surely Egypt score next. 2-2 like satanic. Let's see if Egypt score next in leg 2 of 2. See if they make it 2-2 in the penalties. Or are they going to miss? I'm not watching it live. It's just appearing. I just typed in Senegal versus Egypt. Is it going to be 2-2 or not? Let's have a look. Takes a while to update, doesn't it? So he finished 1-1 on aggregate, that 11 again. See if they're going to pull out a cheeky master number here. Think about it if teams score the first 6, this just hit me now. This is why I just love this work. This just hit me now. When teams score the first 6 penalties between them, all right, in a penalty shootout, it goes 1-1, like 11, master number. Please look into your master numbers, guys, especially if you're new to my channel. 1-1, like 11. And then if they both score again, 2-2, like 22. Master number, master builder number. And then if they score the third penalty each, 3-3. Boom. Master number 33. Add up all those master numbers, you get 66. That's when the Church of Salem was founded, in 66. That's when England won the World Cup. Corona gets you 66. Maybe they've missed because it's not updating. I thought they were going to make it 2-2. I don't know. Maybe there's drama. They love that. People walking up to the penalty spot really slowly. I really wanted to see. They live seeing through their third eye, exactly. And we live seeing through 2 eyes. And when that happens, I said we're only using 66.6% of our vision. And the word vision can be seen in many ways. It can be the way that you can see with your eyes, literally. If you need glasses, if you've got good vision, you can see what's in front of you. Vision can be the vision for the future, where you see the world going, what you want to achieve. That can be vision. So we're using, in essence, 66.6% of our capacity with our eyes, because there's 3 of them, and we're using 2, and they're using 3. So that means they have 33.3% more access than we do. And they're not going to give us that. You're not going to go on eBay and find anywhere where you can buy access to consciousness or pineal gland and stuff like that. You have to find it yourself from within. You have to do all you can to escape the matrix. It's very hard to do it. I think only a few people will. No, Egypt missed the penalty, so it's 3-1 Senegal, 11th prime. So Senegal look like they're going to win again unless something dramatic happens. I don't know. It is Lucifer's angels why they wear hats. Didn't 33.3% of the angels come to Earth as well with Lucifer? Which explains why Brady retired with 333 days left in the year, like 333. No perception of dark matter. They missed. Who missed it, Adam? 3-1 Senegal. Who missed the penalty? Has Salah taken one? Guys, don't you think this is stupid as well? When they put their best penalty taker as the final penalty taker, when it might not even get there. I'm a coach, coached at a decent level. My teams have always won everywhere I've been. I'm a good coach. If you get to a penalty shootout, your best penalty takers go first. Like when I take a penalty, if I've ever been in a shootout as a player, I always tell the coach, I'm going first. Don't put me 5th or 6th. I'm going first. I'm going to set the standard. And how many penalty shootouts have there been where it's like, oh my God, and Salah didn't even get to take one, and Ronaldo didn't even get to take a penalty. Well, how idiotic from the coaches, eh? You put your best penalty takers first. You go from 1 to 2 to 3. That's how it should work. Like, it don't make any sense. Oh, well, I saved him for the big moment. That's a stupid risk. Stupid risk. If we do have World War III, it will be Russia, China, Iran. What's going to happen? I've said this a while ago. Russia attacks the Ukraine. China attacks... what did I say? Oh my God, I've completely forgot what I've been saying for the last 2 or 3 months. Give me a second. Forgot the country. There it is. So Russia's going to invade the Ukraine, which they already have. They did it on 224. Gianna Bryant wore number 2. Kobe wore 24. The 224 is just a big number. So China's going to invade Taiwan. And then China's going to connect with Russia to take out the superpower, the United States. And then England, France, Germany, etc. are going to help the US. That's when we'll have World War III, if we let it get to that point. And that's when they'll be able to install fear in people and bring in new policies like they did with 9/11, increased surveillance and all sorts of stuff that they're going to do at a different level, a level that we've never experienced before, where they want to control everything that we do, everything we say, everything we feel. That neuro link to get in your head, and they say, oh, we want to be able to read people's minds and you can read other people's minds. I don't want people reading my mind. Not that I have anything to hide, and I do speak my mind, but that's not a good thing. Having people read your mind. We need mystery in the world. Mystery is sacred. I don't want to be with somebody. We won't even have to have conversations. We'll just be reading each other's mind. Can you read my mind? I was listening to the Killers today, actually. Brandon Flowers. I'm not going to say a bad thing about the Killers, to be honest. It's the music just soothes my soul. I think he's a Mormon as well, Brandon Flowers. He's a Mormon, which is interesting. I won't have any player take the last. I won't have my best penalty taker take the last penalty when he might not even get the opportunity to take one. Set standards. You hear that all the time. Got to set your standards early. Yeah, get your best penalty taker taking the first one. You don't need to be a genius to do that. So it finished 3-1. Is that right? Did the shootout finish 3-1? The 11th prime, and it finished 11. It finished 1-1 on aggregate, like 11. So we have another 31-11. Yesterday, the Denver Nuggets stayed on 31 season losses, 31 weeks exactly after Kobe's birthday. It's 11 guys. I've told you, if Elizabeth dies 5/20, she's going to die 1 year, 1 month, and 11 days after Philip. Double 11. What else we got here? Yeah, it's Taiwan. That's what I was. Pens are rigged, absolutely. That's why you had Rashford, Sancho, and Saka all missed, the 3 black players for England. Combined jersey numbers of 53. And Italy won the Euros 53 years after they last won it, when they won it in 68, when it was in Italy. Coined when the construction of the World Trade Center began, when 9/11 became the emergency dialing code for the US. And then they have the worst terrorist attack ever in the history of the US on 9/11. People think it's a coincidence. 11, like the Twin Towers look like a giant 11, came crashing down. Hulk Hogan and Macho Man said in the 90s, oh yeah, the Twin Towers are going to come crashing down, when they had a tag team match against the Twin Towers. Go on Google. I'll talk about that in my wrestling video. I'm eventually going to do. Salah missed the first penalty and Mane scored the final one. Are you kidding me? I think Mane will be sacrificed young. I have a feeling Mane is going to go young. If we're still here in 20, 30 years, I don't think Mane will be here. Recently, he scored a goal and he didn't celebrate. It looked like he'd seen a ghost. It's like he knew something wasn't right, that he scored it. So Salah missed the first, Mane scores the last. Didn't Mane also miss a penalty in the African Cup of Nations final and then score the winner? Did he get the winner in the African Cup of Nations as well? Did Mane get the winner in both? I might be wrong. Did Mane score the winner in both these games against Egypt? Egypt's connected to the Egyptian gods. I was talking about Horus. You see Salah do all these weird-ass celebrations connected to Egyptian gods. Good stuff out of in that with Salah and Mane. Again, I wouldn't have known that. I didn't even know they were playing. Maybe a USA false flag in Poland too. Yeah, there's going to be loads of them, Charlie. You just got to see through it. And when the majority see through it, the ritual cannot be fulfilled. I said this, well, if there's fans in the stadiums, that's how the rituals are fulfilled. But that's not the case, because there was rituals fulfilled when the stadiums were empty, but there was still, if not more, people watching the sports from home during lockdown. So it's all about energy being transferred. You might not have to directly be in the stadium, but you're partaking in the ritual just by witnessing the ritual. You know what I mean? It's almost like you get arrested, don't you? If you witness somebody kill somebody and you keep your mouth shut, then you can get arrested for it. Conspiracy to murder. So maybe we're all taking part in rituals. We're not actually technically doing anything wrong in our head, But we're part of the ritual. We're part of the process. We're part of the satanic ritual. Let me check something. Quite a lot of work to do today, guys. I'm going to have to go soon. So just looking at the scores. Scotland are beating Austria. Are these all friendlies? Yeah, I said England were not losing today. They're up 2-0. Because England are about to go 22 games undefeated. So I said there was no way they were losing this game. They're up 2-0. Ollie Watkins and Sterling. I was just talking about how big 75 is, like with the clock, 7 faces 5. And Watkins scored after 30 minutes, Sterling after 45. You add up those numbers, you get 75. Serge Aurier gets sent off after 40 minutes. Didn't he play for Spurs, who are based in London, where Freemasonry was founded, where England play their home games at Wembley? Yeah. So, yeah, there was not a chance England were losing that game. I still think they'll win the World Cup 56 years after they last won it. That's my tip for you. And I still think this is going to be the last ever World Cup. So we'll see if I'm right about that. So Manny did score the winner in both. There you go. I thought he did. Again, what the fucking chances of that? That Manny's going through all these rituals, guys, positive ones. Something bad's going to happen to Manny soon. He'll snap his leg or something. Remember last season, Van Dijk got a season-long injury. That was a ritual for Liverpool's success this year. Van Dijk had all that success, the greatest player, amazing, best defender in the world, then he's out for the season, and now he's back. And Liverpool have already won a trophy already. They're going to win more than one this season, in my opinion. The stadiums are very close to the energy lines, and when you do a bird's eye view on them, they look like they're all seeing eye. So many stadiums, the San Siro, the Bernabeu, the Allianz Arena. Okay, what else? Keep up the great work, Adam. Glad to be on the journey with you. I'm really glad you're on this journey with me and all of us, mate. The last thing you want is to be on a journey and be lonely. Sometimes it can be a good thing. You find yourself, you need to be by yourself. I made that consensus decision to be alone for a long time, away from society. I wasn't depressed or anything. I wanted to find myself, did that. And now I just try and inspire other people to do the same thing. So I appreciate it. Yeah, we're all on this journey. We're going through it different ways. Like to get to a destination, there's multiple different ways you can get there. I'm just doing mine and sharing mine with you guys. And if you want to appreciate what I do, great. If you want to dismiss what I do, just don't watch my work. If you want to support me on Patreon, I truly love that. It means a lot to me. It allows me to keep doing what I'm doing. If you don't, I appreciate that as well. Just even subbing to me on YouTube is showing a level of respect towards me. So again, thank you to everyone who's done that. We do have a great family here. Again, you don't have to be bloodline to be family. That's a trick as well. That's a trick. It's great to be able to talk to you on Patreon, Adam. No, it's my pleasure, mate. A few people have told me that. I'll respond. And it's not a chore, because the people who message me on Patreon always message positive things, or they're just asking for advice to genuinely make them a better person. YouTube, responding to comments on YouTube has become a chore, because there's so many of them. It has become a chore, and I don't have to do it. I don't get paid to do that. I don't have to do that. But I know how infuriating it is when you're trying to connect with somebody and they ignore you. Nothing worse than being ignored. Maybe being ridiculed and mocked is worse than being ignored, but I am getting to that point. It's like, how can I respond to everybody? Especially the comments people leave. They're longer and longer and longer, and comments with like 5 questions in one comment. I don't know. I don't know what you want me to say. Yeah, I don't need to keep watching this England one. I knew that they were good for this, but there wasn't much value. I think they were like minus 300 to win. I was going to post it, but nothing worse when you post a minus 300 and it don't come in. I think people get more annoyed with that than when you go for plus money. When you post a big favourite to win and it doesn't, people get really pissed off. So I've stopped doing it. But I did like England. Definitely not to lose, but I like them to win, really. So that means the next one they're going to go 23 undefeated. Or maybe it ends at 22. I don't know. See who they're playing. Why do they leave so many tribes untouched, man? Really strange. I don't know. Like, we need to figure out who's mainly in control here. Is it man or is it God? Is it the universe? Is it an AI system? Because there's a lot of whys, but you can't really get to the bottom of it unless you know who's really running the show. I think God is running the show above everything, but what's going on here? There's fire engines going past me. Can you hear them? God, is this like Truman's Show? Do they have to be so loud? The red and blue sirens, guys. My goodness, man. There's a fire somewhere. Satan set off a fire. I'm talking about Satan and God. Can you hear that? Oh my God. Or is that ambulances? It's probably a combination. You'll have the fire brigade and the ambulances. Oh my word, that was wild. I don't know if you heard that. That was really loud. It could be a woman. You're saying the Queen of the Hive. I think Elizabeth dies, the Queen, with a heart attack, like the Queen of Hearts, which connects to the deck of cards. Like she dies 520, and there's 52 cards in the deck. I think her heart, but I don't know how she's going to have a heart attack because she doesn't have a heart. Liverpool can win everything. I did a ridiculous code for that possibility. But if Liverpool lose one more game, then they're not winning everything. Klopp needs to keep that 62 in his record. I'm not going to go through my code. That's on my Patreon, but he needs to keep that 62 if Liverpool are winning everything. If Liverpool lose one more game, they're not winning everything, in my opinion. They have to win every game now. Well, no, they can't lose another one. They can draw some. They can't lose another game. World Cup prediction, England win the World Cup. Argentina have the best riddle. And I've learned that the best riddle often misses out in a tournament. Like the Bengals had the best riddle. I said the Rams would win. I saw through it. So I think England, a million reasons why, which closer to the World Cup, if I still have Patreon and we still have the internet and all of that, I'll give you a million reasons why I think England are going to win. All I'm saying now is they win it 56 years after they last won it. But I have probably over 50 things why I like England, which connects to the Queen, which connects to Gareth Southgate, which connects to World War I, World War II. It connects to Harry Kane. It connects to David Beckham. It connects to Bobby Moore. It connects to the Charlton brothers. You won't believe the stuff I have for England that I've not even shared with anyone as of yet. What else? Greg Dyke, his 10-year plan for England. So that's all gone exactly to plan. All they need now to fulfill it is them to win the World Cup. There's so many stuff with the founding of Freemasonry as well, with England winning it. Why it's the day after the Pope's birthday, the final, with England winning it, which could be them beating Argentina to get revenge for what happened in '98 when Beckham got sent off for kicking Simeone, who's now the head coach of Atletico Madrid. And Atletico Madrid just knocked out Man United, where Beckham was a legend. Like, it's all synced. It's weird how it's all being done. Whether these people are aware of it or not, I'm aware of it, of these patterns. Do you think in the African nations will eventually win a World Cup? No, because I think this will be the last ever World Cup. I think England will win it. Basically, the country that founded football is going to win the last ever World Cup. That's what I think. And a part of me wants to be wrong. A big part of me wants to be right, because I think pro sports keep us trapped in the matrix. It took me months to overcome it and get over it and not watch them. It took me months, maybe longer. It's one of the best things I've ever given up, watching pro sports. I could not have imagined a few years ago I would not be watching any type of sport on TV. And I'm not anymore. And that's because of my power in my mind to not do it. I post dissertations on your Patreon. Yeah, I know. Our bottom line. No, Lady Hawk, I have no problem with people doing it on Patreon. You pay for my service, and I respect each and every one of you. It's YouTube where I get bombarded with comments, most of them positive, but asking me, like, what's the meaning of life? How did this happen? Who runs this system? Can you look into this? Can you look into that? Can you check this? Can you decode this? I'm like, I could, but I don't think I have time. So that's what I'm talking about, not the Patreon comments. You're paying a service there, the $10 a month. I'm not going to ignore you. Although, said multiple times I was members of people's Patreons and they never responded to me ever and gave me nothing. The shit pics, that is it. And I was paying more than $10. So maybe that is why people are really grateful for me responding all the time. Because they're probably part of other people's Patreons who just ignore people, take the money, and then go, fine, got you now. Somebody likes Germany for the World Cup. It'll be 133 years after Hitler died or born. I think it was 133 years after Hitler was born. Pope Francis became the Pope 13-3. Football's 1-3-3. Germany have riddles. Germany, didn't they? They recently beat Argentina. It's so hilarious. In the World Cup final, when Goetze scored the winner, 112 minutes, and the Jesuits operate in 112 nations. From Argentina, Hitler, supposedly German, gave to Argentina. It's scandalous, isn't it? It's really wild, and how it all syncs up. So Germany, yeah, you can't write off Germany, can you? The Nazis. But yeah, I think England and then other teams with good riddles are, well, Argentina's riddle is phenomenal. Connection with the Pope, with Messi, with Maradona, with many other things, with the Falklands War, which connects England and Argentina again. The 10-day war, was it? And Satan gets you 10. Germany do have a really strong riddle. Brazil do. They wear the blue and yellow, don't they? Which connects to all the blue and yellow rituals that we're seeing. Neymar might get that World Cup. Hope he doesn't. I can't stand that little biatch. Scholes is in the live, baby. Thank you. 4 subs. Not 4 subs, 4,000. I think you have quite a bit more than me, but you deserve them. You'll know yourself how hard it is to get an audience on YouTube when you're one of the good guys. You have to work 10 times harder than these frauds who have millions of subs promoting a load of bullshit. So, yeah, I got to 4,000, mate. Bring on 5,000, see if I get there, see if I still have a platform. Chigozi, did they start limiting all of your videos when you got more popular? 5 out of the last 7 of my videos, Cheeky 57, have been limited. So I make like nothing from my videos now. Like they're taking away that income. Thankfully, I didn't get into YouTube to make money. But if I was this influencer who was relying on YouTube to make money, they're screwing me by limiting all my videos, making it harder for people to access my content. When all I do is talk about stuff like what I'm doing in my life. It's scandalous. And I know I used that word a lot recently. I've noticed scandalous, but I like it. And it is scandalous. What's the exact definition for that? I'm going to do 10 more minutes. It's the old back turning, even on my beautiful leather chair. What is the definition of a scandalous? Causing general public outrage by a perceived offense against morality or law. Yeah, scandalous, these rituals. The 4th horseman was green. I don't know. But I know the 4 horsemen connects to wrestling as well with Ric Flair. He had a faction called the 4 Horsemen, which is very biblical. Tom Brady, 113, comeback, 113. What about how he beat the LA Rams 13-3 in the Super Bowl as well? The lowest scoring Super Bowl ever. It was 13-3, 133. That score can be seen as 3-1-3. And 3-1-3 and 1-3 are heavily connected to the Bible in regards to 603 score and 6 gets you 133 and 3. 603 score and 6 gets you 133 and 313. And Brady won the Super Bowl against the Rams 13-3, which can be seen as 3-1-3. It's a joke. And his last game was against the Rams, wasn't it? against Stafford, and the year before, Brady won Super Bowl 55 on Stafford's 33rd birthday. I don't know. I know more about than the average NFL fan, and I can't stand the NFL. Never grew up watching or playing it, and I know more about that league than probably 90% of the fan base knows about the league, because they only focus on their team. Another thing, another trap. They might know everything about the team. They don't know shit about the other teams, about the history, about when they were founded, who's their owner, their all-time records. I know all this stuff in my head, so I've memorized it. So yeah, I know more than the average fan of these sports franchises and these leagues. Like Chicago Bulls. Bulls gets you 66, founded in 66. Michael Jordan, 6 NBA finals, won 6 rings. The NBA founded June the 6th, 66. Like, how many Bulls fans can tell you that? Maybe they'll tell you a couple of those 66s. Probably didn't know when they were founded. Or when the NBA was founded. They won't know any of that. They'll just know MJ is the GOAT. He got to 6 finals and he won 6 because he's the GOAT, which is the Baphomet. Okay. Do you know Michael Jordan was born leaving 317 days left in the year, the 66 prime as well? So the Bulls was a perfect team for him. Bull, which is a beast. You know what I mean? Dennis Rodman played at the Bulls. He had the nose ring like a bull. He was pushing all sorts of agendas, him, wearing makeup and dresses and shit. And they put him in the WWF or WCW to show you that the NBA is basically an extension of wrestling. It's all sports entertainment. It's what they do. It's what they do. That's why the Super Bowl is always connected with WrestleMania. I'm getting tight, guys. Anyone want to give me a massage? Who's wearing a funny green shirt? My shirt's blue. Are you talking about someone else? Yeah, I posted something about green on my Patreon. Got the Green Goblin as well, haven't you, in Spider-Man? I'm looking at my bike right now. It's green, yellow, and black. Green is connected to the environment, isn't it? So we're going to see a lot of green if they're pushing Agenda 30. Somebody's just asking me how my YouTube session's going. I'll respond to her after. Yeah, Dennis Rodman coercing with Kim Jong-un, who's also an actor with a military haircut. They're just actors on the world stage, guys. What's the movie called? That Dictator or something? Just showing you it's all a show. And then they said North Korea did a cyber attack on Sony Studios because the Korean president, whatever he is, said he was deeply offended by the content. What the fuck? What the heck, eh? Green, yeah, is connected to money. It's connected to magic. It's connected to witches. Green's connected to envy. Carry energy. Sales carry energy. Letters carry energy. Words, numbers, everything you can think of carries an energy to them. And these people know how to connect certain energies to create spells. They know that and use them against you for their personal gain. Well, let's learn this magic, guys. I know they say don't play with magic, but let's just at least get more of an understanding of this universe. Like 5 more minutes, my head's really banging. I don't know if it was the bike ride this morning. I got a little bit of sun. Maybe if I'm a bit dehydrated. I don't know. Kim Jong-un went to school in Switzerland, the neutral country with the flag at the Red Cross. Guys, don't support any charities, especially major ones, please. Don't give them your money or energy. If you want to help other people, just do it on the down low, like I do. Don't be giving money towards Red Cross, please. Because they send you a little photo of a starving African. Don't fall for that bullshit. Same with children in need and all of that shit. Colours, got hex codes, spells, and colour associations too. That's very interesting. I want to learn more about colours. I will learn about more because I want to learn more about colors. I will. It's just where you get your information from, because it's going to be very inconsistent. Different pages will tell you different things. Like red, when you think of red, you think of like stop. You think of danger. You think of blood, even though blood inside your body, is it not blue? Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe that's where the red and blue comes from, with the Conservatives and Labour and Democrats and Republicans. Red and blue makes blue. I think of the ocean and the sky with blue. Green, I think of the environment. When I think of the environment, I think of the color green. Purple, deception. Yellow, I think of the sun. I think of energy. I think of the stars. I think of my illusion logo. Black and white, instantly think about duality. I think about skin color. Although I shouldn't, but I do, because I've been brought up to think like that. What other colors are there? I'm sure there's multiple other colors, but there's meaning behind these colors. Absolutely. Black is often connected to death, isn't it? When you go, white is connected to light and youth and all of that. It's why you're supposed to get married and be a virgin and wear a white dress and all of that. It's interesting stuff. Blue blood families. Yeah, again, cold-blooded murderers. There's people walking this realm who are blue-blooded, like the royal family. Cold-blooded murderers. They don't even have any remorse. The devil is perceived to be red, yeah. God, when you think of God, you think of white, like people think of God with a white beard. Yeah, green can mean God. I like the color amber. I think of like fire. Tigers. I don't know. Masons love purple because it's the color of deception. Purple gets you 88, like occult gets you 88. Element of them, not for humanity. That's why they've hidden it. They hide everything that's sacred. So I guess we got to find it. I got 20 in the live, 38 likes, and Kobe Bryant was born 23-8, and Michael Jordan gets you 238. I'll do 2 more minutes. Christianity, Satan is the prince of the air. Yeah, that's what I mentioned. Like the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. Will Smith hitting Chris Rock like Christ Rock. So it was Satan hitting Christ in front of our very own eyes, mocking Christ. But the one good thing was Chris Rock, he stood strong, didn't he? He didn't go down. He stayed strong. It was Will Smith who started crying at the end. He looked like a little bitch. Chris Rock was like, you just hit me, I slapped me, and it moved, did it? Again, can't do shit. Satan go crying to his little bunker. I love your knowledge. Have a fantastic week. Thank you, mate. I appreciate you. Keep saying my connection's unstable, so I think I'm going to go. I don't know why it does this. I don't get the internet sometimes. Probably just cut me out again. I don't know. It's a disgrace. Is Ernest, that's correct. It's also known as Black Cat, Michael Jordan. Black Cats are connected to magic. He retired with the Wizards, didn't he? It's 369. Hornets yesterday stayed on 39 season wins. Is perceived to. What about Prince? His album Purple Rain, and he died on the Queen's birthday. They do say there's certain colors, certain symbols that do protect you from bad karma and from demonic entities, but for some of them it's too late. There's only so much you can be protected. They'll eventually get you if you've sold your soul. When I think of purple, I think about the mirror, mirror on the wall lady. That's a great call. Prince of Bel End. That's a good call as well, Charlie. But again, I'm not going to deny it. Growing up, I enjoyed The Fresh Prince. And then if I watch it now, it makes me cringe. Like, I really did like that show. But it's so cringeworthy. A guy from West Philadelphia, born and raised. In the playground is where I spent most of my days with his Jesuit friends. Will Smith's first movie, was it 6 Degrees of Separation? He has sex with a white man in his first movie. Got broken in early doors like they used to break in the slaves back in the day, when you read about that as well. And these entertainers are slaves to their masters once they sign the contract. All right, I'm going to go, all right? I'm going to have to go. Live a lot recently is because starting next week, I'm going to be taking on another job where I'll be working an extra 20 hours a week. I'll still be doing great work on Patreon and not be able to go live as often because at this time I'm actually going to be working with some kids, but it's only for 2 months. It's from April the 4th to June the 1st. So got about 5 or 6 more days until I start that. Yeah, the A-Team, super cheesy. You loved it when you were younger. Things like the Power Rangers, Saved by the Bell, those shows you watch them now, you'd be like, oh my God, it's absolutely shocking. I guess our tastes just change with time. All right, guys, thanks for everything. Thanks for supporting me on YouTube. I'm really grateful to have 4,000. That's an amazing feat for me, personal one. And very grateful to all my patrons. Obviously, we're about to enter April, which is going to be my birth month. Hopefully, it's a great month. Usually, April is an amazing month for me. Hopefully, that helps with my codes for the community. If you want to check out my Patreon, give it a go. It's at $10. Honestly, it's a good investment. Give it a go, and if you don't like it, just leave. Watch the Ukraine win the World Cup. No, they're never that blatant, I don't think. They can't be that blatant. Might be one ritual. Even them getting there would be a ritual. Somebody said Man City could win the Champions League because they have Zinchenko, who's Ukrainian, and they keep focusing on him. Said watch him score the winner. I don't think they'll do that, but they might. You can never say never with a person like Guardiola, who's really high up. Will you decode the Mandela effect? Yes. I don't know if I can so much decode it, but I'll presentation about it for you, mate. Because it's a topic I find very interesting, and I think it'll help a lot of people understand this world that we live in and the reality that we're living in. So I'll look to do that for you, mate, when I get the chance, okay? My main focus now is to do my wrestling video, which I want to get out by Friday, because it's a topic I find incredibly interesting, and I adored wrestling growing up. And a lot of other people did. That's my big priority for the end of the week in regards to content. What do you think about Lakers? This is why I don't go. I get more questions. What do you think about Lakers? Are they making the playoffs, or is LeBron done? I said LeBron will retire 4-6 in NBA Finals because I know how big 46 is. People said no, he won't. He'll be 6-6 or 5-6. Said he's going to stay 4-6. Will they make the playoffs? They're running out of games. They're going to have to go on a crazy run. The thing is, decoding Lakers games is a joke. When you think they're going to win, they lose. And when you think they're going to lose, they win. They're a really strange team. Are they fully fit now? Do they have AD back and Westbrook and LeBron? When that happens, that'll be the catalyst for them to go on a big run. So if AD's still out and he comes back soon, then they're going to make the playoffs. If AD stays out, then I don't think they'll make it. I think it's all about Anthony Davis, the guy on an 11-3 when coronavirus was declared a pandemic. And my phone's going off. These Masons won't let me get a job. It's desperate. I've put in 200 applications in the last month and nothing. These Masons are working overtime to take me down. They do that. They'll do that. They'll make it really hard for you. But again, maybe it's a blessing deep down. I know you won't see it now short term. You've got bills to pay, this, that, and the other, but you'll find yourself, you're going to grow through it, mate. The universe will eventually look out for you. They're making it hard for you because they're getting desperate. They're getting desperate. But keep persevering with it. Don't give up. There might be someone genuine out there that will employ you. Depends on your talent and what it is you do. Like I teach English, I can find my own work without the help of Masons. If I want to teach a person online, I don't need a Mason's permission. I do it myself. I'm sick and tired of people making Mandela effect videos for views instead of actually realizing that it's not a joke and it's not mesmerizing. No, I believe it's very real, Agent D. I'm not going to do it for views. I don't make money off YouTube. It makes me next to nothing. maybe a couple of $100 a month max, very max. And AdSense takes 20% as well. Like, really? Why? For what? So yeah, I don't make videos for views. I don't make them to make money. I'm not a guy who has hundreds of thousands of subs. I'll do my presentation on the Mandela effect. You might like it, you might not. I'll just say what I think. That's what I do. Who's winning the NBA? I said earlier, Gene, I think Golden State Warriors. I gave multiple reasons. But I'm not a god, I'm not a guru. I'm a good decoder. When I get it right, I'm incredible. I'm not always right, but I think the Warriors. I've called a lot of futures in my time. But I don't get everything right. But I think they win it. I said it ages ago as well. The Matrix going to end on a Mandela effect? I don't know. The remnants will wonder what was last. Yeah. Thanks, mate. They want me to give up. They do. They're tested. You're being tested now, mate. You're being tested. Just keep going. Do what feels right. They're going to make it hard for you. But again, I don't want to be part of this system. If I wake up tomorrow and they got rid of my Patreon and YouTube and stuff, I ain't scared now of being homeless or being on the streets. I'm not. You get to a certain point, mate, where you just don't give a fuck anymore in a good way. You care about everyone, but you don't care about all the other things you think you should care about. That society's programmed you to care about, like your job and your house. When you're willing to lose everything, that's when you gain everything. Sounds crazy, that, doesn't it? But it's a crazy world. Pfizer sponsored the Oscars the other night, and they're bringing out a medication for alopecia. Yeah, I know. And then Will Smith's wife has alopecia when in reality she doesn't. Just shit. Yeah, somebody's saying that Busak Noodle 100 is under a spell at the moment, but spells can be broken. They can be broken. They can be broken. Yeah. I'll at least finish the Saturn spell. I'm ready to go. My eyes are hurting. I don't want to leave the live now when somebody's asking a question, but it's not to me. What do you mean by Saturn spell, Charlie? Can you help with that? Oh, not Charlie, Fido. Astrologically, a lot of the stuff that go on in the world cycles, mate, and it's not all Masonic. It's like genuine cycles of the universe. The universe is all coded by numbers. A lot of it's genuine, but the original cycle, the organic cycle, has been infiltrated. Those who have all this sacred knowledge manipulate the system through their knowledge. They know what's going to come in 5 years or 10 years. They know how the human psyche is functioning at the moment, and they take advantage of that. It's like they basically have the answers to the exam, and we're the ones taking the exam. They have the answers to the exam. Do you think they're going to fail? That, as of now, I think deep down they are going to lose this because God's in control. But these people have all this knowledge, they take advantage of that, while we have next to no knowledge because we've been indoctrinated. Why LeBron wearing number 6 again? I don't know. It's connected to 6, isn't it? LeBron James is 66. LeBron's 66. Is named King James after the king who was born in 1566. He wore 23, did LeBron. 2 times 3 gets you 6. 2 divided by 3 is 0.666. It's just connected to the number LeBron. He's born 1230. 1 plus 2 plus 3 gets you 6. That's the number. It's clearly a magical number. Maybe he is a chosen one. They call LeBron the chosen one. He even calls himself that. So he was chosen, maybe. I don't know who chose him, but his numbers are absolutely wild in connection with the number 6, which is a great number, and it's the number of a man. God made man on the 6th day and rested on the 7th. I will keep going. Oh, no, you're not talking about me. All right, I'm off. Wait. Adam looking to Belma out of Canada, a neuropath doctor who is fully awake, sharing information. She is very knowledgeable on germ theory and a whole lot more. All right, thank you. I appreciate that. 517 or S17. I can't see. My eyes are going. I think it's 517. All right, much love to all of you. Keep persevering. All right. When you get challenged, see it as a good thing. Embrace the challenge. Overcome adversity. Keep pushing. And let's keep working together while we can, whilst we have a platform where we can communicate like this. Let's embrace it for as long as we can, all right? Whether that's 1 more day, 10 more years, 20 more years, who knows? Who knows? All right, cheers. Much love to each and every one of you. I'm going to rest now for a little bit and then go get ready for coaching. Thank you guys for supporting me. And again, much love for allowing me to get to 4,000 subs. It really does mean a lot. Take care and God bless you.